Mendeleev's periodic table you have done. Now modern periodic table. Here there are 18 groups similar to the group and period structure. This is also a table. Columns are here also. The columns are called as group because in each group elements are placed according to their similarity in chemical properties. So chemical properties are similar in each group and these are the periods. So there are totally in this modern periodic table there are 18 groups and 7 periods. Now period number is decided by the number of shells that atom has. Now how many atoms? Or this one that atoms has how many shells? So depending on that the number of shells are there. You have seen the electronic configuration. Last class I think so I've explained.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see here hydrogen has 1 electron, helium has 2 electrons, but they are present in the first shell. Now lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. So only these elements have 2 shells. So therefore they are placed in the second shell. Then next sodium to argon. They have 3 shells totally. And no any other atom has 3 shells. So only these elements, these 8 elements have the electronic configuration have 3 shells. So therefore they are placed in the third period. Similarly, the next one, potassium, calcium, strontium, all these have 4 shells. So therefore they are present in the fourth period. That means any element's electronic configuration. If you want to find out the position of that element, then you have to find out the number of shells of that atom electronic configuration and then as many number of shells that atom has, that is their period number, the position they are placed at. So that means rubidium has how many shells? 5 shells. Then platinum has how many shells?
6 cells.
6 shells. Lead? 6 shells are there. Then here, and then the last one has the 7 shells. So therefore they are in the seventh period. Now mostly the last period is all radioactive elements. Now elements, the number of elements present in each period. There are K shell has a maximum capacity of 2 electrons. So therefore there will be 2 elements having 1 electron in their K shell and the 2 electrons in the K shell. So therefore they have only 2 elements in the first period. Second and third period has 8 elements depending on their electronic configuration. So only these 8 elements only have the electronic configuration. That means the number of shells 2. So therefore these second shell and third period, second period and third period have 8 elements. Then fourth and fifth has 18 elements in them, which have the 4 and 5 shells. Now 5, 6 and 7 shells. The 32 elements have 6 shells and 32 elements have 7 shells. So they are placed in the 6th and 7th period. Now here you can see that this is also 8, these are 18, 18 and here you can telling 32. So where are 32? We can see only 18 in this round. In this row, we can see only 18 elements because this and this exactly matched columns and rows. So that means how can we say 32? So for that you see here there is some blank spaces kept. 57 to 71 atomic number are exactly placed at the same position and they are expanded here. So these are here expanded form. So from atomic number 57 to atomic number 71, these are expanded at this position. Actually, all these elements have the properties exactly similar to lanthanum. This is a lanthanum atom. Properties of all these 17 elements have the similar properties as that of lanthanum. So therefore, these all are placed exactly at one position, that is at this position, third period, third group, sixth period. And similarly here also from 89 to 103. So these elements, all of these elements have the property similar to that of actinium. So therefore these are placed exactly at this position. When you count these all, plus these, then it will be 32 elements. Even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 30, 32. This way, the 32 elements are present in the 6th and 7th group. So these elements have the property similar to that of lanthanum. So therefore, these elements are called as lanthanide series. And the lower one have the property similar to that of actinium. So therefore, all these series of elements are called as actinide series or radioactive elements. So these all elements are radioactive. That means they are giving out radiations continuously. Nucleus of these atoms are highly unstable. These are giving out energy, and some charged particles are given out from the nucleus of the atom. So that those are radioactive elements. Able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now here color coding you can see. There are different colors at different positions. So what does this tell? So this part, red, these are, here you can see this, first we will consider this. This is a yellow part, the diagonal. So this diagonal separates metals and non-metals. These diagonals are these elements have the properties similar to that of metals, as well as some of them similar to non-metals. So what are these elements called?
Metalloids.
Metalloids. So this is what written in yellow part. So these are all metalloids. Boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, and astatine. So these are the 7 elements which are metalloids. Then everything on the right hand side, sorry, left hand side of this are all metals. So all these are metals on the left hand side of this diagonal elements. Then here on right hand side, these elements, the green shades, these are all non-metals. These are the only the non-metals. And this pink one, you can see the structure. Pink one, zero group elements or noble gases. So these are noble gases. Now, these one, first group elements, second group elements are called as representative elements. So metals, representative metals. So first and second group elements. These are this blue color, this shade of blue, you can see those are transition elements. These are post transition elements. These properties, the gray color ones, the properties are not stable, unknown properties. All the properties are not actually known till now. So therefore, this is unknown chemical property elements are there. And after that, one more row has been formed now. All are synthetic materials. They have synthesized by the scientists. Okay. So metals on the left hand side of the metalloid diagonal. Right hand side, these are non-metals. Here is a noble gases. And this diagonal is a metalloids. Now, there are some group names, specific group names they have given. We know that is in each group, elements have the similar chemical properties. Therefore, these elements, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium, these are red in color they have shown. These are alkali metals because these metals, when reacts with water, they form alkali. Therefore, these are called alkali metals. Now, these orange ones are called as alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals because these elements form alkali when they combine with water, and as well as in the same form they are found in the earth crust. In the same alkali form they found in the earth crust or in the form of seawater. That means in the nature they are found in the form of their hydroxides, alkalis. So therefore these elements are called alkaline earth metals. Now this group, 17th group, fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. What are these called?
Non-metal.
Halogens.
They are called halogens, salt loving. So 17 group is called as halogens. And the last group, 18 group, is called as noble gases or inert gases. Clear? Grouping, naming clear, positions clear. You have to remember only the positions till calcium, hydrogen to calcium, not above, apart, above, beyond that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, but at least remember after this is this table: fluorine, chlorine, below that bromine and iodine. At least remember that. And here, remember the first two. No, electronic configuration you are not supposed to remember. Electronic configuration till calcium only you need to remember. Right? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, so then are the lanthanide series and the acetinide series?
Actinides.
Yes,
Lanthanides and actinides.
yes. Are they both under the third group?
Yeah, under the third group, lanthanides are present in the third group, sixth period.
Ma'am, a whole 18 elements fit into this thing, third group.
Fit
So,
means you are not supposed to place them. That position is finalized.
oh, okay, ma'am.
They are not placing them. Means you are not supposed to occupy the space. They have the similar properties, so we cannot separate them. We have to place at one position.
Okay, ma'am.
Position is given. And the actinides, radioactive elements, are seventh period, third group. Clear? So write down these points. Modern periodic law you have to remember. Exactly, it is similar to that of Mendel's periodic table. Only one word difference, that is there was the word, last word is used atomic weights, and here atomic numbers. Period number is by the number of shells. Number of shells tells the period number, and number of valence electrons will tell us the number of position of group number. So if anyone has one valence electron, 1 second wait. So here in this table, see, this is hydrogen 1, lithium 1, sodium 1, potassium 1. These are one valence electrons, so they are present in the first group. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium. These have two valence electrons, so they are present in the second group. Boron and aluminium has three valence electrons, but they cannot be placed at 3 because these are the representative elements positions are. In the table, you can see first group, second group. Then after that 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. These are all representative elements. Therefore, it is within the A subgroup. If you see below that numbers, it is 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A, 8A. So these A subgroup means the representative elements. So representative elements are placed in this order for lower elements. Higher atomic number elements, they have the uh, transition elements group is there. So those are placed in the B subgroup. Nowadays that is removed. In my time, we have learned according to A and B subgroup. A subgroup is a representative and B subgroup is for transition elements. So here 3 to 12 group numbers are assigned for transition elements. So you can see here 1B, 2B, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 8, 3 are there, 8 subgroups. Clear? So this is subgroup. So we are right now learning only the representative elements. We are not supposed to learn any transition elements. So therefore, whichever have the three valence electrons, they are placed in 3 plus 10, 13th group. 4 valence electron placed in 14th group. 5 valence electrons placed in 15th group. 6 valence electron placed in 16th, 7 valence electron 17th group, 8 valence electron 18th group. But there helium 2 because it is a K shell, duplet is complete. So therefore, whoever says duplet and octets are complete, they are placed in the 18th group. So the number of valence electrons represent the group number and number of shells represents the period number.
Ma'am, do we have to draw these tables as well?
Yes, you have to.
Ma'am, so group 18 noble gases, that's the last part? Or more is there down? The table, okay.
Ma'am, I'll write that part.
Ma'am, ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, we should write these electronic configurations also.
this one not needed here table, this table form.
Ma'am, I didn't have the second table.
What?
I didn't have the second table. One second.
Ma'am, you should write only table.
Yeah, this table. This one is the same, only that is only written in the table form.
Ma'am, done.
Done, everyone?
It's done.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Switch on your
Yeah.
video now. Everyone switch on video. Each and every student. Close your notebooks. Amok. Video not on. Rose, any atom has atomic number 15. Can you tell its position, which period and which group it is? Atomic number 15. Yes, Rose?
One second, ma'am.
GCD was the greatest common divisor. GCD.
HCH was GCBC.
Yes, why this much time is needed?
Ma'am, 7th period.
No. Vishnu? Atomic number 15. What I told, how to find out the positions. For finding position, what you have to do?
And find the coordinates.
Coordinates. For finding coordinate, what is the oh, this one is there. Anand?
Ma'am, the last valence electrons, right? Something like that. So,
Something like that.
I mean, yeah.
My
ma'am,
1
so,
hour's work gone when?
no, ma'am,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Ma'am, 8, 2, 8, 10, 12. Third series or third period. Forgot the horizontal one.
Okay. Period.
The third period, sorry.
Group. Group number. Still didn't get. Yes, Rishi.
Ma'am, is it 15?
Atomic number 15.
Ma'am, the valence electrons are 5. So the 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 uh, the group number will be 15.
Okay. And period number
Ma'am, 3.
3. Reason?
Ma'am, because its number of shells are 3, so the period numbers are defined by the number of shells.
15 is electronic configuration is 2, 8, 5. So there are 2, 8, 5, 3 shells. So therefore it is in third period. And now number of valence electrons 2, 8, 5, 5 valence electron. So 5 plus 10, 15th group. Only first and second is directly, and 3 onwards all are at 10 in the valence electron. Nivedya, atomic number 5. So what is electronic configuration? Period number, group number. Atomic number is 5. So what is electronic configuration?
2, 3.
2, 3. Period number?
Ma'am, 2.
Why? Why 2?
Ma'am, 2 shells.
2 shells. So second period. Group number? Faster, everyone I need to ask. Just now I told 3 valence electrons are placed in
Yes,
which one?
30th.
30th. There are 30 groups.
No, ma'am.
Then
13.
13. Why this much complications in this simple question? Number of shells, number of period, number of valence electrons except 1 and 2 at 10. One valence electron, first group, second valence electron, 2 valence electrons, second group, 3 valence electrons, 13 group, 4 valence electrons, 14th group, 5 valence electrons, 15th group. Hey, 1 second, wait. 5 valence electrons, 15th group. 6 valence electrons, 16th group. 7 valence electrons, 17th group. 8 valence electrons, 18th group. Clear? There should not be confusion because this question is a compulsory question every time asked from this chapter. Shreya, electronic configuration 286.
286 months, so it is the 3 shells, it will be in the third period. And since the last electron, since the valence electrons are 6, it will be in the 16th group.
16th group. Sneha, 20 atomic number.
Ma'am, electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 8, and 2. So there are 4 shells. It will be placed in the 4th period, and the valence electron is 2, so it will be in the 2nd group.
Second group, right. Deep, atomic number 4.
Oh, 4. Okay. Electronic configuration 2 and 2 and 2 shells, so it's in second period.
Right.
Then it's in the second group. No.
Second group.
Yeah,
right.
second
2
group.
valence electron, second group. Prisha, atomic number 10.
Ma'am, it's in 10th shell or 10th period.
How many
And-
pair? This one are there? How
No,
many
no,
periods are there?
Ma'am, 1 minute.
The table has only 7 periods.
So it's 1 minute, ma'am. Ma'am, 8th period.
Which one?
8th period.
Are there 8 periods? There are only 7 periods. What is electronic configuration?
Ma'am, 2 and 8.
2 and 8. So which this one? How many shells it has?
2 shells.
So what is
So
the period
it's
number?
in second period.
Second period.
Second period.
And the group number? How many valence electrons?
18th
18th group.
group.
Right.
Ma'am.
Nisarga, atomic number 17.
Ma'am, 2, 8, and 7.
Hmm.
So it has 3 shells, so it will be in the third period
Okay.
and 7th group. No, 17th group.
17th group. Very good. Nakshatra, atomic number 9.
2 and 7.
That's right.
Configuration and
Period number? Period number? How many shells?
2 shells.
So period number? What is the period number? Yes, Nakshatra, what is the period number? No idea. Keep on telling you the same thing. Ved,
Ma'am, it's 2 shells and sorry, 2 period number.
Period number 2 and group number
17.
17 group. Anand,
Yes, ma'am.
2, 8, 18, 8, 2.
2, 8, 8. Come again, ma'am.
2, 8, 18, 8, 2.
2, 8, 18, 8, 2. One sec, ma'am. Pen. 2, 8, 18, 8, 2. No idea, ma'am.
Why you need to know that one? Or how to find out the period number and group number?
Ma'am, 2, 8, 18, 8, 2.
Yeah. How many shells that has?
5 shells.
So which period?
Fifth period. Remember was 18, ma'am.
M shell has 18 maximum capacity.
Okay, so it's 5 shells and uh,
Group
P
number?
group number is 12th.
Very good. Clap. How many valence electrons?
Ma'am, 2, ma'am.
So which group should be? In
That
which groups
oh,
valence
second,
electrons?
second, second, second.
Second. Second group, fifth period, 2, 8, 18, 8, 2. 5 shells are there. So therefore it is fifth period.
Fifth
And
period
it
and
has 2
second group.
valence electrons. So therefore it is second group. And that is strontium. No need to learn. I have just told.
Strontium, ma'am.
Here. Below calcium. Above barium. Next is who's left out? Niranjana, 18.
What atomic number 18?
Yeah.
Ma'am, it is in the third period and 18th group.
Third period, 18th group, right?
And electronic configuration is 288.
288. Dia,
Yes, ma'am.
atomic number 12.
The configuration, electronic configuration will be 282. There are 3 shells, so it will be in the third period, and the valence electron is 2, so it will be in the second group.
Rishi, atomic number 15. Is it a metal or a non-metal? So that is only decided by electronic configuration. If you know electronic configuration, you can easily tell. No need to remember the positions. Marking up positions won't work out. Only electronic configuration is the answer for everything. What is electronic configuration?
285.
285. Will it gain or lose electrons?
It will lose.
5
Sorry,
electrons.
it will gain. It will gain.
It will gain. Who gains? Metals or non-metals?
Metals.
Metals gain electrons.
Ma'am, non-metals.
Who gains electrons?
Non-metals. Non-metals.
Only non-metals have the property of gaining electrons. Metals only lose electron and are electropositive. So 15 atomic number is
Phosphorus.
metal or a non-metal?
Non-metal.
It's non-metal. Rose, atomic number 14. Position
Ma'am, position, ma'am.
Yeah.
Third period and 14th group.
Third period, 14th group, right? Prisha, atomic number 6.
Ma'am, electron configuration is 2 and 4. So uh, the shell number is 2, so it's in second period. And in the 14th group.
14th group, okay. Now, which type of a bond it will form? The same atom, what you told. Which type of a bond it will form? How many types of bonds you have learned? How many types of bond you have learned?
Atomic bond and covalent bond.
Yes. Now, this one. What is the valency of the element I told you?
Ma'am, 2 and
What is electronic configuration?
Ma'am, 2 and 4.
What should be the valency? What will be the valency? Why, Prisha? Nivedya?
Ma'am, 4.
4. So which type of a bond it will form?
Covalent bond.
Valency is 4. 2, 4. That is valency is 4. So it can't lose 4 or gain 4. So that means what it will do? It will form covalent compounds only. Clear? Now, Vishnu.
Yes, ma'am.
Element X. Write on the question. Everyone write on the question. Element X. Atomic number? No. Electronic configuration 286. Element Y. Atomic number 282. And Z.
Ma'am, atomic number 282.
Sorry, electronic configuration 282. And Z. 26. Electronic configuration. Type of a bond formed between X and Y.
Covalent.
Name the type of bond formed between X and Y. And second, between X and Z. And even Y and Z. Type of a bond formed between XY, YZ, and XZ.
Ma'am, XY is ion. Wait.
Ma'am, is it XY then?
XY, YZ, XZ. And name the compound formed. Formula of the compound formed. You have to write in terms of X and Y. This one X, Y, Z only.
Ma'am, it's covalent bond.
Between?
XY.
Why?
And because Y gives two atoms to X.
2 electrons.
Yeah, 2 electrons to X. So it's a covalent bond.
After giving electrons, it will form covalent bond.
No, ma'am. It's ionic bond.
Ionic bond. You have to only remember a very simple fact. Already it's very easy work is done by giving you the electronic configuration. Ionic bond is formed between
Metal and non-metal.
Metal and a non-metal. And covalent bond is formed between
Non-metal.
two non-metals only. So find out when you check with X and Y, you are checking the bond between the X and Y. What is X?
Sulfur.
Metal or a non-metal?
Non-metal.
Non-metal. Y is
Magnesium.
metal or a non-metal. If you don't identify, that's okay.
Metal.
It's a metal because it has a property of losing two electrons. The atom which has a property of losing electron is a metal. Property of gaining electron is a non-metal. And when metal and a non-metal combines, they combine by which bond?
Ionic bonding.
Ionic bond. Right? So in between X and Y, ionic bond is formed. And what is the formula of the compound formed between them?
H2Y2.
No.
And we have to write in terms of X and Y.
Yes, in terms of X and Y only you have to write.
XY, right? XY.
No. Yes, what's the formula of a compound formed?
The compound is magnesium sulfide. No.
Oh, yes.
Ma'am, XY2.
No.
Y2X.
No.
Ma'am, YX.
No,
YX.
YX2.
YX2.
Ma'am, it's YX.
Why? Why YX?
Ma'am, because both of them's valency is 2, right?
Yeah.
Ma'am, so YX.
Why not XY?
I think
Ma'am, it is magnesium sulfide. It cannot be sulfide magnesium, right?
That is not the reason.
Cation.
alphabet.
No.
Ma'am, because magnesium has given electrons, so it will come first.
While writing the molecular formula, Anand, music is not going on.
No, ma'am, not music.
I think so. That's the going on.
I'm shaking the body, ma'am.
Ma'am, first cation will come and then anion. Right?
Whenever writing, the rule of writing a compound in ionic compounds, the metal will come first and then non-metal. In ionic compounds, we don't write non-metal first and metal afterwards. Although XY you can consider same, but that is not the proper rule of writing any formula. So it will come Y is a metal, X is a non-metal, so therefore it is YX. Now, what is X and this one, Y and Z?
Ionic bond.
Ionic bond. And the compound formula?
YZ.
YZ. And what about X and Z?
Covalent bonding.
Covalent
bonding. Formula?
XZ.
SO. Is there any form compound? It's SO2. XZ2. But if this question will be there, you are writing XZ only because both the valencies match. Although compound is not available in nature, but still according to the rule it is given to you, that is only your writing. Okay, because board is telling that one. That is wrong, but board has told the same thing.
Ma'am, so we should write XZ.
XZ, because both have the same valency 2, 2.
Okay.
Okay. But I will always suggest write both of them. According to the valency part, write down XZ, or you can write XZ2 because it is don't know when the board will tell that is okay, this is wrong, that is right. So write both the conditions because SO compound is not there. SO2 is present, SO3 is present. So for the one, according to the rule, it is XZ will come because both other valencies match. But actually the compound is SO2, sulfur dioxide. So therefore write XZ2. Both of them write the answers because don't know once the board has given this answer, next time they will get the different answer.
You're kind of splitting the board.
Huh? What?
So you're kind of taking the paper correction. You're taking them into giving the marks no matter
They have
what.
told no one time. Right now I have explained you the both non-metals were there. Nitrogen and oxygen example they have given, just like here sulfur and oxygen I have given you. Like that the nitrogen and oxygen example they have given you. So what is the formula they have made? Nitrogen valency, that is X has a valency 3 and a Y, that is oxygen. So they have given X electronic configuration 2 3. No, it is 2 5. And Y is given 2 6. Now write the name or type of a compound formed. So according to the rule, it is X's valency 3, Y's is valency is 2. So according to them, the answer is X2, Y3. But is there anything N2O3? Compound is there? It's not there. So it is actually XY2 or XY or X2Y. NO2, NO and N2O. These are the three compounds are formed from nitrogen. But in marking scheme, this is the only answer was there. This is the only answer was there.
Ma'am, if these kinds of questions have uncertain answers to them, then how could they give it in the exam paper?
That's what this year I told you know there are many question marks for different questions, and they have not considered all those points. Many people have told the same thing. Same reason I've told for by many people, but he has not considered any one of them. So you write this one also and this one also. Both of them. This or this. This will happen only in case of covalent compounds, two non-metals. There is no problem with metal and a non-metal. This is only problem occur in case of two non-metals. There is no problem in case of metal and a non-metal because metal and non-metal only follow this rule. When a metal and a non-metal combine, only they follow this rule, no any other rule. Only there are the problem with the covalency. Yes.
Ma'am, if we write two formulas and in that one is right and one is wrong, so for the right one, will we get marks?
Yeah. In this case, because this is a contradictory, this one is the question is not clear, proper. Because two non-metals, you are asking it to find the formula by crossing the valencies. It's not possible.
Oh, ma'am, can we write XY also?
Yeah, you can write XY also. Okay. So this kind of a questions are there on this periodic table. So modern periodic table, they will ask you these kind of a questions in combination for 3 marks. 3 questions, 3 marks. Atomic number of an element. They have given this one also. You need to remember relation between atomic number and a mass number. They have one question they have asked. An atom X, write down the question. Atom X has mass number 35. Number of neutrons are 18. State its position in modern periodic table. State its position in modern periodic table. State its valency. State its valency. whether the element is metal or a non-metal. Whether the element is metal or a non-metal. Yes, no, tell.
Ma'am, is the electrons 35 minus 18?
Ma'am, it's chlorine. It's chlorine, right? The element.
What?
Ma'am, is the element chlorine?
Yes, right.
What?
Element, which element is it? What is the relation between mass number, atomic number, neutron?
Is it sodium?
No.
Chlorine.
What is the relation? Mass number is equal to?
The number of protons plus number of
Neutrons. So number of protons plus number of neutrons is mass number. So what is proton numbers?
16.
16. 35 minus 17 is 16.
17.
18. 35 minus 18 is 17.
17.
So number of protons is 17. That means atomic number is
17.
17.
17th element is chlorine.
17th is chlorine. Electronic configuration position is?
Third series, 17th group.
Series is word is not used. If you write third series, you will lose complete marks.
Third period and 17th.
Third period,
Third
17th.
period and 17th group. Valency?
1.
1.
Should we like mention the positive or negative, like minus only that?
If it is asked, the question will be there, whether it will be a electropositive or electronegative.
Okay.
So it is electronegative because it will gain electron and form anion. And the last one is what they have told?
Non-metal or non-metal?
Metal or non-metal.
I'm
So
non-metal.
it's a
Non-metal.
non-metal, right? Okay, fine. So we'll stop here. Now next we have to learn the trends in some properties. So trend in valency, atomic radius, metallic characters, non-metallic characters. So we'll take tomorrow.
Ma'am, will we have any test this Saturday?
Not told anything, no? You have written reproduction objective test, right? Already written.
Yes, ma'am.
We wrote subjective also.
Yeah, subjective, objective both written. Objective only, I will check. Carbon compounds. Objective.
Objective.
Okay, ma'am.
With the deleted portion or without that?
It will be there.
Everything.
Yes,
Full chapter.
everything. Full chapter objective. Subjective only till nomenclature part.
So only objective will ask like the full chapter.
Yeah, objective full chapter.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am. You asked Anand about the group and the period one. In the thing you gave us 2, 8, 18, 82, no, ma'am?
2, 8, 18, 8, 2, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So isn't the fourth shell valency number of electron capacity 32? So why is
If you place 10 electrons in that shell, N shell it is, then it will be the last shell.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the last shell capacity? Maximum capacity of a last shell is?
Oh, 8.
8. So we cannot place 10 in the last shell.
Okay.
So therefore 8 in the N shell and then it will go to next shell. 2 electrons in the next shell. Okay, fine, you can leave now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.